We are in the 207 kitchen at Main Studios with Kate Shaffer. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
She has just released the Maine Farm Table Cookbook, and we're lucky enough to get her to prepare a few dishes from that cookbook. What are we going to make today?
We are making sauteed wild mushrooms with a little garlic and fresh thyme. A lot of people don't know this, but you can buy wild mushrooms. You don't have to be a forager.
Okay.
Although if you are a forager,
you're ahead of the game, right?
Right, exactly. And,
yes.
And the woods are full of mushrooms right now.
From all the rain that we had. That's correct.
Yeah, I think so.
So you can either buy them or forage them, and you're telling me this goes together really easily.
Really easy. So basically, we're going to turn on that burner.
All right, let's see if that'll work for us.
There
we go.
Oh, hold it down there. Oh,
okay.
Awesome.
I did
Thanks,
it.
Peggy. And we're going to start heating up our pan. And
Okay.
we want to get it pretty hot.
All right, so that's a pretty good height. Good.
Perfect.
All right.
Perfect.
Nice. I can feel it's
Yeah.
warm. You got it a little preheated. So.
I did.
All right.
Yeah.
And these, when they're cooked, we're talking about a lovely side dish, or maybe mushrooms over a steak.
Yeah.
Something like that, even over pasta.
Pasta, toast.
Yeah.
You name it.
Okay.
Or you can just eat them right off a plate as an appetizer.
Right. If you can't wait that long for the steak.
Yeah.
Okay, a little bit of olive oil.
Yep, so maybe about 2 tablespoons, which is actually a shocking amount of olive oil.
But they sort of soak up the oil a
That's
little
right.
bit, don't they? Yeah.
So we're gonna add the olive oil, let it heat up.
Okay.
And then we're gonna take a look at our mushrooms. I've got about a pound of.
All right. That's what it starts out as, a pound. I'll bet that goes down quite a bit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So a pound of mushrooms is a lot of mushrooms. And these are a mix of wild foraged and wild cultivated. So the wild foraged that's in here are the black trumpet mushrooms that everyone's finding in the woods right now.
Yes.
And the wild cultivated are actually from Northsport, and you can get them right at the farmer's market. So Northsport is a mushroom farmer.
Okay.
And
Good to know. These are beautiful.
and the thing they do the best is, well, they do all mushrooms all well, but you can grow your own. They sell.
Oh, that's right. I've seen that.
They sell mushroom kits.
So you could do this really at home and cultivate your own.
Yes, and you can do it year
And
round.
these are the black trumpets. I know that.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
And so
you put
bigger
the
ones-
mushrooms in first and then added the garlic a little bit later.
I'm going to add the garlic a little bit later
Okay.
because I didn't want it to burn in that really hot olive oil. The
got
recipe might say to add the garlic first, which you can do. It's just that I preheated that pan.
So it was
and
really
so it was
hot.
really
And
hot.
you never want to burn it.
Right. Well, I don't particularly like the taste of burnt garlic,
I agree.
but if you do,
I agree.
you could.
Okay.
So now is just, we're gonna let these kind of crisp
down,
up
okay.
and cook down. They're gonna start releasing their juices. They're also gonna soak up a little bit of that oil, but they're also gonna let a lot of that go.
Okay.
I'm gonna add some salt, and I just realized
You need something to
that
stir with,
I know,
right?
I do. I think that I forgot to
The only
bring
thing
my
I see is
spoon
over here is a
here.
screwdriver. That's not going to work.
No, probably not.
Okay. If there is
But that's okay.
a spatula or something over there that we could,
There is.
there we go.
Perfect.
That'll work. There we
Thank
go.
you.
Any port in the store.
I know
We
attention
got-
to the person off camera. All right.
And how long do these cook for?
Well, until they're done. So we're just gonna watch them basically. So I would say probably about 5 to 10 minutes, depending on how big your pan is. Now, I happen to have this gorgeous, huge cast iron pan that we're working with that can fit a pound of mushrooms. You might not have such a big pan. And if you don't, you wouldn't put all the mushrooms in at once, okay?
You want them to have a little space.
You do, because you don't want them to steam.
So we have let these mushrooms cook for a few minutes, maybe 3, 4, 5 minutes. You have to watch them.
Yeah.
And right at the end, we're going to add
some butter.
a little butter.
And I'm actually going to turn off the heat so we don't burn the butter.
Okay. And as always, our recipe will be on the website, newcentermaine.com/207. The cookbook is the Maine Farm Table Cookbook. Kate, thank you so much for joining us today. This
Thanks
is
for having me. I
delicious.
can't wait to dig in.
It smells so good and it looks so beautiful.
Thank
we
you.
will be right back.